I get a lot of people asking me where they should stay as far as hotels go if they're wanting to see central London and they're flying into Heathrow Airport. And the place I always give them, just for the ease and convenience of it, is Paddington Station area, because the Heathrow Express is by far the quickest way to get into central London and the most convenient. It's 15 minutes from the airport to this station that you see right up at the end of the sidewalk. Your other options are you could take the tube train, which is the subway system here in London, or taxi, or even a bus if you want to, although the bus is the slowest route at 2 hours. The tube train is about an hour and a half. Taxi is about an hour. Taxi is also the most expensive too. But the Heathrow Express will get you in and out in 15 minutes. So you can't beat it. That's why Paddington Station is the place to stay. There's a lot of hotels around here. But there's actually only one really good proper hotel. The rest are kind of like little townhomes that have been made in the hotels. But if you look at this spot here, that's Paddington Station. This building to the left is the London Hilton at Paddington Station. There's a lot of Hiltons in town. If you're going to stay at a Hilton, don't stay at the Metropole. Not a good area. But if you want a good area and a good ease of convenience, the Hilton right here. So I thought I'd start with that one. It's right beside the station. On the left side, you can get the overland trains, and there's even an entrance to the tube station inside there. But to the right, there's an entrance to the underground metro trains as well. And right on the street is tons of places to eat, and you've also got all the transportation methods available to you. So this is by far the best place to stay for convenience, especially if you're pulling luggage, so keep that in mind. Now, the Hilton's nice, and it's a legitimate, proper hotel. But if you're looking for a cheaper option, let's walk down here. I'll show you. Okay, here's Praed Street, and that's spelled Praed if you want to look this up on Google Maps. And Paddington Station is to my left here is one of the entrances where you can enter the underground, also called the tube stations. And then across the street where we were looking just a moment ago is another entrance to it. But so if you walk down this way and you go to Spring Street, which will be up here, I'll show you about the cheapest spot in the Paddington area that you can stay in. But it's got a little bit of a catch to it. I'll explain that in a moment. Now, this video was filmed in 2020. And they are currently building the Elizabeth line out, which is going to be one of the new train lines here. It is not complete yet, but there's one of the new stations is off to the right here. Let's get a look at that in a moment. Okay, this will be the spot of the new Elizabeth line train station. And right on this corner of Spring Street in Praed is the Pride of Paddington. Now it's a pub on the bottom, but it's got rooms on the top, and they're £19 a night, which is about, I don't know, 20 something dollars in United States dollars. But it's a hostel, so you would actually be sharing a room with other folks, which is why it's so cheap. Now, if you look up hotels in the Paddington area, you will see a ton. And most of them are these little bitty hotels that typically only have 3 or 4 rooms available. And they were previously a townhome, which is just a little slice of a building. And those have been made into hotel rooms. And they're typically 2 to 3 star quality rooms as far as hotels go. Paddington's Hilton being like a 4-star. This would be something like a 2-star or a 3-star here. They're typically not great, but they're adequate, and they're a lot cheaper. All right, here's another example. In fact, I'll just walk by some of the smaller ones. Here's the Eagle Lodge. And further down, just a line of them, actually. There's a lot of Airbnbs, but I don't recommend those as you don't really have a lot of leverage as far as if you get there and it's not what not what it looked like to be on the photos. Whereas you got a little bit more leverage from the hotels if you complain to the local council, which is the governing body that would oversee these things. There's Linden House. There's one over there. But anyway, there's plenty of places to stay. Depends on your what your level of comfort is that you're looking for. But as far as convenience, Paddington area is the way to go. So got lots of choices. Now I'll walk down here and I'll show you a really good one. Now if you don't mind pulling a suitcase for about a 10-minute walk, come down Spring Street, take a right onto Sussex Gardens, and take a left on the Westbourne Street. And here you will find the Royal Lancaster Hotel. It's probably a 4-star hotel. It's actually a little bit nicer than the Hilton. And it is right here. It's right on the corner. They've got a parking garage if you want to get a rental car and park it there. It's got a great view in all directions, and then it's right beside Hyde Park as well. So if you wanted to come out of the hotel and go walk right across the street pretty much to Hyde Park, it is right there. So this is a good one that I highly recommend as well. It's a little bit less convenient than the Hilton because it's not right beside the train station, but it's still in a good spot. Now if you look straight down the street, at the very end of the street is another entrance to the underground trains, the tube, and that is Hyde Park at the very end of that street. So good spot, something to consider. Anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video to put this out there. Paddington Station. That is the area to be.